opponent, or is this a surprise to you as it is to most people?
No, look, we asked for it about, I think it was a week of Lawrence's last fight, because obviously we had other plans with Opatire and Gulamirian, and they weren't coming to fruition. So we looked at the next champion in line, which was, feasible, and that's obviously Lawrence. And here we are. I'm excited, and it adds extra spice to the story and to the dream of winning a world title at Dean Court.
You said in the press conference you can only win by knockout. Do you feel that's untrue? You can win this on a points decision?
Yeah, I mean, I can win in any way. Not many fights that go to points with my work rate. I'm going to pick up a lot of rounds. I get what he's saying. He's never looked close to getting beat, and that's what people are forgetting. And I want people to remember that throughout this, build up and throughout the fight. So when I, do win, then I get the respect I deserve.
Of course, very close, a lot of respect shown. Training partners yourself with Shane and with Lawrence. How does that affect you going into the fight with Lawrence?
We just know each other well. But me and Shane have got, we've got 4 eyes on his and on him. So we've got and 2 brains, that can devise a plan. So it's perfect for us. We know what he's good at. We've seen the best Lawrence Okolie, which was in our gym, over 3 years. So yeah, we're ready to go. When it comes to the friendship side, that's put on hold for the next 8 weeks. So that can all be take itself up again after the fight.
Of course, being close-knit friends, does it make it hard to pull the trigger at any points against your former friends?
No, we're not friends. We didn't grow up together. We didn't come through the amateurs together or anything like that. We just shared the gym. We were gym mates really for a few years. But yeah, no, that's not gonna affect me pulling the trigger.
Chris, how are you going to deal with all the added pressure of the Bournemouth Stadium, where this event is based around you? Really, you're the main selling factor. It's all based around you. How are you going to sort of deal with all them things?
Yeah, I mean, the only reason he's the A side on the card is because obviously he's got the world title. I love that pressure, I always have done, and there's even more added pressure since his last fight because no one wants to watch Lawrence, and everyone wants to see him get beat. So I've got a whole country tuned into Sky Sports that are going to want to see me win. So I've got to be the saviour of the British cruiserweight boxing scene. So that's even more added pressure, but that's more pressure which I absolutely welcome.
Do you feel like you're getting Lawrence at the best time now after a potential disappointing fight against David Light?
No, I think the best time would have been the David Light fight, but I think now he's going to be a much more improved version of Lawrence compared to the last one. Like he said, he's got time to bed in some things with Sugar and do what they need to do in camp and improve himself. But it's the best time for me because I'm in the best shape of my life. I've changed a few things up in training since Lawrence left the gym, and you'll see them on fight night.
Has he seen the best of you yet, or should he not look into the spars? And same with you. Do you think you've seen the best of Okolie from the spars?
I think we've seen the best of Lawrence because Shane's an unbelievable coach, and I think Shane's the best coach in the world. So for me, that's why I think we've seen the best of Lawrence. But he won't be shy of that. He won't be far off that on fight night. It's me, He, in his eyes, I imagine he's thinking he cannot lose to, a gym mate who was early. I was earlier on in my career, so I was, boxing at a lower level to him. But yeah, it's. He's definitely not seen the best of me yet.
When Lawrence said, look, it's different when you put on the gloves and you go to fight in the ring, you kind of looked over to Shane and laughed. Do you feel that you know him inside out, Chris?
Yeah, I think that is a factor in the fight, but maybe not for the reasons he thinks it is.
If you had it your way, would you be fighting a different opponent, a Gulamirian? Because if you rewind a few weeks ago, maybe there was a feeling that you two wouldn't fight each other because of the respect there. The respect's still there, but you are fighting each other now. So if you had it your way, would you be fighting someone else?
In hindsight, no. I wish we'd try to chase this fight sooner because it's got a fire in my belly which I didn't even realise was there. Obviously, a world title fight's a world title fight, but when it's someone and it's an all-British clash, that brings out the best in fights and build-ups to fights and things like that, and it brings out the best in fighters. When people know your opponent, it helps a hell of a lot. Because if I go and fight Goulamirian and no one knows him because they've never seen him on TVs over here, it's different. But I know the dangers he poses, but everyone knows the dangers that Lawrence poses. I know them. Me and Shane know them best. And, so in hindsight now, I'm really, really pleased that this is the fight and it's almost, in a weird way, the way it's come about, it feels like some sort of destiny.
You're really the oldest head at the gym. You're the captain in the sense now that Lawrence has left. Look, is there a little bit of look? You've left. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, I guess so. Look, I go about things. I go about my business, and that's that. And Lawrence will be doing the same. The gym's in a really good place at the moment, and everyone's flying. There's world title fights, plenty coming up this year. So there's a lot of champions. So I'm going to put it in now that this time next year, Shane will be trainer of the year for sure because he's going to have a lot more world champions.
Chris, fighting in your hometown, fighting for a world title, just tell us, what does this mean to you as an athlete, as a person?
Yeah, as a person, it means a huge amount. I've always, been a people's person. I get on with people from all walks of life, and to have, and I also got into the sport because of atmosphere. And me and Isaac's fight was an incredible atmosphere. The last fight, incredible atmosphere. So now we've got a football stadium, home of my beloved AFC Bournemouth, who, I had a season ticket and dreamed of playing on the pitch one day, but wasn't good enough for football. So I've had to forge my way another way, and here we are. And to realise my dream there, it means a huge, huge amount.
See, people are saying on social media that today's presser might be overshadowed by the Amir Khan news. Have you seen it, and if so, what's your reaction to what's happened?
No, I haven't. I've heard, obviously, since I've been here. I didn't see any of the news, so who knows? I don't know enough about the situation, and even I think it was after the Kelbrook fight I saw. So I don't really know the situation. He's retired. There's plenty of negatives in boxing, but I think people have got to try and focus on the positives, and that's this show. We've got 4 British cruiserweights all fighting each other. One's a British title fight and one's a world title fight, and these shows don't come around often, so let's focus on the positives.
Is this the type of fight that you feel, look, it's a stadium show, you've been featured on Sky Sports prominently, this could maybe potentially, you put in a good performance, you get the win, could push you towards a pay-per-view berth maybe in the next few fights?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of pay-per-views get made off of bad blood. Obviously, that's not really been my style, but I have got a son, and I do want to give him the best life possible. So who knows? I might start flipping tables and chucking chairs or something, or slapping some people up. No, that's great if we can get to that in terms of for my purse. But what will happen with pay-per-view and stuff will happen. I've got to focus on the next 7 weeks, and just once I become world champion, then the world's my oyster. No, it's his first birthday the day before. He won't be at the fight, so. He's getting his birthday present a day late, unfortunately.